All right.
Yes. Welcome.
Yes. I wonder if we can hear. Hello, Sabrina. Do you have us audio wise?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
How
I
you
can hear
doing?
you.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Now to properly introduce, because we were making sure there's been some problems with Zoom today. There's some states that are having outages and things. So we uh,
Yeah.
we were just hoping that it wasn't affecting you. That's all. So we're glad to see you on. And to properly introduce, we have Miss Black Texas USA 2020 Sabrina Lewis with us on the show, guys. So if there's
Yes.
anything you'd like to ask, please do so. Give us a buzz on our text line 773-599-0717. We can talk to Sabrina a little bit. And yeah, we got some information that we want to put out there. So first and foremost, glad to hear that everything is good down there. How's Texas treating you?
Oh, we're just getting ready to make fun of the names that they choose for our hurricanes that are going to destroy our lives.
Oh,
You know,
Hey,
yeah.
good way of putting it. Yeah.
you know what? In all these years, I finally got a Hurricane Douglas. So I was like, okay.
It's really no, and
No,
all
I'm playing.
seriousness, those hurricanes are horrible, but people in in their everyday lives, they try to make the most out of a situation, and sometimes the only bright light you can find is comedy in your pain.
Yes,
So
definitely.
we do have a hurricane coming.
Yeah, and I
I
saw. I
think
was
two.
just I was just telling them yesterday because I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta, and
Mm.
I was just telling G that we got two hurricanes coming at the same time. So one is gonna hit off the coast of Florida. The other one is on like going through Texas and all of that. So two hurricanes at one time. It's crazy, man.
It's a lot. It's a whole
It
lot.
definitely is.
But with all the bad things happening, all right, let me say, with all the things happening this year, next year just got to be full of nothing but goodness and greatness.
Oh, definitely, man. And if I tell people all the time, man. I mean, I praise the Most High for everything. You know what I mean? Like God is one, and His word is what's gonna be the last thing. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
have all of this stuff that's going on right now, and it's not man, it's God. That's who you
It's
got to look up
God.
to. You know what I'm saying?
Right? This is
So
nothing that a man could try to control on his
yeah.
own or anything like that.
So
100.
what? Let me ask you. What got you to where you are now with the Miss Black Texas? Like, where did the path start? You know what I mean? Like,
How far are we going back?
it don't matter. You
Not
go
to the beginning.
as far as where you want to go.
Right.
You can go back to you putting your makeup on with the Barbie dolls and all that other stuff or
I
whatever.
did not wear makeup until I was in college and doing my first pageant, which I won. I want to say the first freshman to ever win that pageant, Miss African American Lamar 2010. That was the first time I wore makeup, and I argued the pageant directors. I argued everybody down. I did not want to wear makeup. I'm from the South, like, and my grandmother's Kojic, so we were told makeup was for when you're like your wedding. That's it. Like that's the only time you supposed to wear makeup.
Dig it.
So I didn't. I was like, I'm pretty. I don't need makeup. But after they did my face,
Yeah, you was like, as they say in the shot, you was like, baby, bye.
oh, woo! I told you, I slept in that makeup. I still to this day, not advocating for people to sleep in their makeup,
Right.
but when you get a heavy full face of makeup, that next morning makeup still looks good because it's so heavy,
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, I slept in that makeup, woke up the next day, wore it around campus. It was horrible. It was horrible. Because I had never worn makeup before, and I thought that when I put it on that I was going to look not good.
Well, I mean, you know what is like, I think me personally, I think the natural face and the natural beauty is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like you see too many people on social media, they do too much, and then when you see them without the makeup, you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't the person that I.
It can cause a lot of discoloration if you don't take care of your skin. It definitely can. I haven't ran into that problem yet, but now that I'm Miss Black Texas USA, I'm wearing makeup a lot more than I ever would. And
and I noticed
can't half step it.
the professional stuff works a lot better than the normal makeup, I guess, that is sold at the store. There's like certain ones you got to be careful with too. I know that my wife and my daughter, you know, they're Mac lovers and other companies. I mean, I won't mention names, but just that, you know, you got to be careful with what you're putting on and buying
what you
too.
put on your face.
Yeah, and price. Sometimes price doesn't matter with certain things, but I think makeup is something you shouldn't sacrifice price on because
something you putting around your eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. That's where most of your senses are.
right.
Exactly.
And the most sensitive skin on your body is pretty much up in the face, right? So yeah, you got to be careful with that. I'm sure the beauty tips are something you may have a lot of too. No, do you do a lot of the beauty tips and
every Monday on the Miss Black Texas Facebook page, I do a live where I do my makeup. And I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm doing it because when we get to the pageant, we have to be able to know how to do our own makeup. So
wow, that's deep. So what is it like with being Miss Black Texas? Like, what's the significance of it as a whole, and to you? You know what I mean? Like, what is, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like I've seen pageants and we dudes. So we just like trying to, but I mean, I know that it has definitely been an honor, but I want to know, what does it mean to you to have that title?
Pageants are a platform like anything that you do. People who are in people who participate in pageants, they're like athletes. We work very hard, physically, mentally, emotionally. We pour a lot into whatever we do, whatever our craft is. But what it means to me to be Miss Black Texas USA 2020 is beyond words. It's beyond words because Miss Black USA is the oldest scholarship pageant for women of color, and they pride themselves on not exploiting Black women. So instead of a bikini portion, we actually have a sportswear portion.
Nice.
Okay, dig it. I love that.
I like that too. Yeah.
So they're 100% all about edifying the Black woman and what it means to be a Black woman. They have a saying or slogan, not a saying, it's a slogan because they're a company. So they have a slogan that's celebrating 51 shades of Black.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have each Black woman from each state, right? 51 shades of Black. And to me, that's important. Like, especially in today's climate. I grew up as a little Black girl, and as y'all can see, there is no questioning what I am. I'm Black. When you see me, there's no ambiguity, no none of that. I'm Black. Sometimes people try to exoticize me and be like, "Oh, what are you mixed with something, or your people from this?" No, I'm slave heritage. It's Black on Black.
Yeah, you know what I hate? Like, I hate seeing, like, because you hear people and they be like, so what are you mixed with? Why I got to be mixed with something? You know what I'm saying? Like, is when they talk to a young lady, a Black woman, you know what I'm saying, and ask that question, I feel like it's just super disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because you always think, why do I have to be mixed with something when you are the one that's mixed with something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In certain cases, but I just think it's disrespectful to do that. And I'm glad that you mentioned it. You said I'm Black on Black.
I'm Black on Black.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm Black on Black.
That is love. That is definitely love.
Now you did also mention how hard you have to work and how much effort you put into it. What is one of, I mean, we have a few to go over, but what is the biggest work that you're doing right now and you want to get out there? Like, what are you doing at this moment that you want to push as part of your work as Miss Black Texas USA and want to tell them?
As Miss Black Texas USA, my number one thing is financial literacy. Spreading the knowledge of financial literacy. Thank you. Hey. That's my number one thing. And financial literacy, it's so many ins and outs to it, right? But educating people on the difference between money and finances. is important, because you can have a lot of money and have no finance, right? It's really possible. Right. So that's really important to me. The workshops that I do are budgeting and credit right now. Those are my two babies. Those are the most important things.
I think those are two very important things. A budget and credit is like everything America runs on. To get a house, to get a car, to just get food, sometimes you might need to get some credit, and you got to understand how that works, because I wasn't taught that, and I learned the hard way. I went into a lot of early credit trouble, and then had to build, climb my way out as a young person, as opposed to being guided first and then learning and understanding what is really about. So that's awesome. How do people get this information if they want? I mean, I know you do it for just Texas itself, but if they live in another state, they can take this information and sort of apply it to their location, everyday
life. That's 100% true. Okay. So one way you can get the information is I do a Money Tip Monday every Monday.
Sure.
Today's Money Tip has not uploaded because my phone says my storage is full, because apparently I take a lot of pictures. So you can do the Money Tip Monday. Okay. I'm also going to be offering a virtual class, right, for budgeting and for credit. Okay. Those are the other ways that we can get in. I'm also going to be offering a class for LLC, starting up an LLC. Now, the thing with that is, in every state, it's different. So when I was going to start my LLC, the problem I ran into is the people who were teaching the knowledge the best were teaching it from another state. So their prices were wrong, their processes, whether you needed the EIN before or after, it was just completely wrong. So I actually want to accumulate one for each state. I know that's crazy, right? Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's not. It is
right?
It's not crazy, but it's not crazy. Right. It's definitely not crazy. Look, I had to grab my pen and my pad because you were saying Monday. I'm gonna be hitting you up on
right.
Get some credit.
Say It Sabrina is my social media.
Yes.
Oh, say that again.
Say It Sabrina.
Yes.
So if you're on Facebook, it should Say It Sabrina. But if you're pulling me through or trying to find me through Instagram, it's Say_It_Sabrina.
Yep. Okay. And we will put all this stuff on our links as well.
On our links, so they can reach out to you. You know what I mean?
Yes. But that's information. We could have used that not that long ago. Just put it that way. I wish we would have known, because there's a lot of that we had to take steps to build this here, and we had to get the LLCs. And as you said, it's funny, not funny in a joking manner, but ironically funny that in certain states, an LLC may cost $50, but like here in Illinois, it's like $600.
Right.
It's like, wait, what? Why is it $50 in Michigan, which is 2-hour drive for me? But right here in Illinois, it's $600. Like, why?
100%. Yeah. I remember I learned about my first not want to say my first introduction, but the first time I was hearing it and listening to the information. It was coming from Elisa Nichols. Her book. I was watching one of her YouTube videos, and she was giving her testimony on how she and her homegirl went up to not the county clerks. They went to the city hall or whatnot to form their nonprofit, their business. And she was like, we only had to pay $100. So I'm thinking, $100, that's it. Right. Come to find out, y'all, it's different in every single state.
Yes, it sure is.
Oh, it definitely is. And that's amazing that's something that because you seem so passionate about it, and I love every minute of it. Because growing up in the inner city, you know what I'm saying, or in whatever state called their inner city or their hoods or whatever, nobody ever taught us as minorities that. You know what I mean? So I love every minute of it. That's something that you're doing, and we definitely gonna push it and push people towards you.
Another thing I'm pushing y'all is I am. Last week I went to go meet with the mayor of Wichita Falls, which is my hometown, and before their city council, I let them know because they gave me a platform to speak. I let them know that some children are going back to school. In Wichita Falls specifically, the children are back in school. Okay. what I learned from a teacher is that they didn't really have the funds for PPE, which is the protective gear, the mask, and the hand sanitizer and the wipes. And teachers already make nothing for what they contribute to society.
Amen.
Exactly.
And so for her, I went on my Amazon and I just ordered all the PPE I could find. But y'all, PPE is expensive.
It definitely,
It is
man.
It's expensive. So I am using any of the funds that I raise on my GoFundMe to buy PPE for these children in public schools, because there's no way a child who's trying to get an education should have to be worried about whether their mask is clean, whether they have enough wipes to wipe off they're going through enough. They really are, and the teachers themselves are going through enough financially, and then children don't have control over their finances.
Right.
Their financial situation, they just don't have the control. So that's one thing I picked up actually last week. I'm gonna get enough about being passionate and doing stuff on a whim.
Well, you know what? They definitely say when it's on your heart, if something put on your heart, go for it, because greatness is gonna come out of it. Because a lot of us, what we do is we think something and we're like, nah, we think about all of the ways it can go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But with what you're doing right now, and especially with that, so we can definitely post the GoFundMe on all of our pages, because I mean we advocate for that all of the time, like the safety, with everything. So I'm just blown away with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is the GoFundMe? Where can the listeners go right now if they're listening? Where can they go?
Right now, you can go to my Instagram. I have a tree link, and it's the only link I have on my tree link. And select the GoFundMe. And what I ask is that if you donate or if you don't donate, to please challenge 5 other people to donate. Whatever given amount that you think is appropriate. I challenged people $25 and to tag 5 people who they also believe would be willing to donate $25.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
It really goes a long way.
They could do these dumb challenges like, oh my God, my last week meal challenge and all this. This is a great challenge for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get so tired of seeing these ignorant challenges, but with this is dope. This is beautiful. It's helping. You know what I'm saying? And it's to give back. So I'm all for it, man. Like, you'll see me follow you.
School safely, especially.
You'll see me follow you on Facebook in a little while. Tag me.
Okay, I will.
I really appreciate those parents that have to send their kids to in-person classes again, because even if my son's school here isn't doing in-person, they're doing all remote. But if they were to tell me, he wouldn't have been going anyway, because I just don't.
But it's nice to have that freedom to be able to decide that I'm going to teach my child from home if given the opportunity or not. Because some parents, in reality, this is a relief. Like, okay, I can pick back up my hours, because as we know, the unemployment has been cut from the extra $600 a week. But you guys, we're not going to get caught on that conversation. Yeah, we are. We're going to get caught on it.
No, go ahead. Do you.
This been cut. And so these parents really need to be at work.
Right.
And there's also the flip side where you have the children who are in abusive homes, and this is their only safe space to keep their sanity.
Yes.
That
is so true. Like, I haven't personally thought about that portion of it, but I can definitely understand. And I'm sure a lot of people that's out there haven't thought about that part, these kids in abusive homes, or the fact that the only place that these kids eat is at school. You know what I mean? Yeah, that touched the nerve right there real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I know that's something that you feel passionate about, Sabrina, the mental state of our nation throughout this pandemic. Like, what is it that you would like to speak on about that? Like, go a little bit more into that, because of there is the state of the children, the parents, the teachers, a lot of the first responders. I know quite a few first responders, and they're always worried about going home and hurting themselves or their family by having to go to work, but they put themselves out there every day to do it for us all. So what is the mental state like, and what can we do to find some sort of help with that? If someone is feeling like there is nothing that they can do, I'm sure there is something they can do. They just may not know of it. So how can someone help themselves feeling this way?
Call and check on each other.
Gotcha.
Like, really. Me personally, I deal with anxiety and depression. Sure. And as Black people, me as a Black woman, I have been through a lot of trauma. A lot of things I think would make great lifetime stories, honestly. Like the one that you watch no matter how many times it comes on.
Right.
So when the world was moving at the pace that it was, there was no time for my mind to really reflect on everything.
Gotcha.
Like to reflect on my current situation, dealing with things, my past, childhood traumas, adult traumas, racism, discrimination, all of that hitting at once. And it's like nothing is moving, there's nothing for you to do to keep busy. Right. So that is the mindset right now. I mean, and as Black people in America, we are told, pray about it. Nothing wrong with prayer. Cool. Let's pray, Sure. But at some point, when it's talking to someone who is not judgmental, the answer, like you need to be able to open up to someone who can respond to you and let you know that you're human and it's totally normal, completely normal.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that is.
But
definitely.
That's not always normalized in our community.
I mean, yeah. 1,000 pardons for cutting you off. But you definitely hit the nail on the head, because in our communities, it's like, don't tell nobody our business. What happened in this house, stay in this house.
Stay in this house, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you definitely need that outlet, or you need to be able to talk to somebody in regards to that. And so many kids are afraid to say, I'm being hurt at home, or I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Because what they were told was, our business is our business.
Our business. Right. Or that you'll be an embarrassment to the family if something's wrong with you. I remember telling someone, they weren't a family member, but I remember telling them, like, this time I'm feeling something not right with me. I remember when it clicked that something wasn't right, but something not right with me, and they was like, you're pretty. How you get that plus the Black, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a good job. You make enough money. There ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, because we have idolized this idea that being the only problems that you can have is being hungry, wanting a roof over your head, and not dying.
Wow. Yeah.
If those three things are not happening to you, you're not being murdered, you got a roof over your head, and you're not hungry, grateful.
You should be
but that's
happy.
from slavery.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no matter what else was happening, you should be able to deal with it and cope with it. Or it's not really a problem. It's not a real problem if, I'm, for whatever reason, disassociated with everybody else. Wow. I'm really sad. Like, who was it? Michelle Obama. I said, who was it? Like, she's not important. Right. Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama came out and she was telling how, she was dealing with her own anxiety in regards to seeing the racism.
Yes.
I was dealing with it and thought that I was oversensitive, because my brothers and sisters were always calling me like Sandra Bland, MLK, you so extra, They love me, but it's 9 of us, and
I mean, but that's the brother. Look, it's 10. Look, I'm the oldest of 10, so I already know the fact that
I'm 3rd of 9. Ooh, I wouldn't have that responsibility. 2 more steps up, and I wouldn't have made
it. They be sitting back, because I do it with my little sisters now. They married, and we still talk crazy to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's always gonna be the case with siblings. But like, I love that you can now speak to people about it and want to do that, because that's something that we try to do is let these kids talk, because sometimes they can't talk at home, and that leads them down the wrong path if they feel like they have nobody to go to. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I commend you on every single thing that you said, single thing that you're doing, man. It is amazing. I'm look, I'm gonna hit you up on the credit stuff too, because I need that in my life.
Classes.
Right.
When I put those classes out, I expect you to be on the front row.
Yes.
Oh, you already know. You
Yup.
already know.
You know,
I'm signing up early.
Right.
Hey.
So now I also noticed you have a project, or is this an organization you have called it's a non-for-profit that you have called Repair Through Reparations, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that? What is?
Did he take off his glasses because of what you said?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I could look.
like,
I
let
can
me get a little
see
more
sometimes, and then sometimes I can't see. But now I got to be like, hold on. When I
right.
put my glasses,
Oh, now they're going back.
Nah, certain things look different the way that I look at them.
Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age. Okay, no.
Old as a 10, bro.
Yeah, that's true. He is. Yeah. But what can you tell the listeners about your non-for-profit? Like, what is that about, or what does that mean? And just give us some history on it.
Okay, so Repair Through Reparations is based on the need for reparations for Black Americans who are descendants of slavery. Okay. So there are several definitions to what reparations is, what it could be, how it could come out. It's not all about money. It's not. And it's also about the unification and the ability to be able to understand the world that you live in and address a lot of the discrimination and racism that contributes to the wealth gap for African Americans, which is constantly widening. And let me be very clear. Financial literacy is important. We do need to educate our community, but we also have to practice community economics to ensure that our community constantly grows. Because in the reality of it all, the wealth gap is widening, not because Black people don't know how to use money, but even when we have money, we're not allowed to, we're not allowed to invest, but we're not allowed to grab things that are wealth. And let's say my parents are wealthy, they're not. Say my parents are wealthy and I come after them and inherit their wealth. Say I lose all that money.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, there's no way I'm getting back into that tax bracket.
Okay.
Neither will my children's children.
Wow.
However, in white America, or non-Black America, you can get back into that tax bracket. Sure. Or your children's children are more likely to get back into that tax bracket. Sure. Black people who make $100,000, I'm going to say Black, African American people who make $100,000 a year are less likely to have living standards of someone who makes $100,000 a year, rather they live in housing that's for someone who makes $50,000 a year.
Wow.
Because they're not allocated the opportunity to be in those homes and to be able to live in those communities.
And
it's numbers. It's numbers. I'll send y'all the link to that study.
Please do. Yes.
It's very sad, and it's not because, like I said, it's not because we're not making the money. No. But even when we make the money, we push it back out because we're really big consumers.
Sure.
Very big as a people, consumers. And that goes back to slavery and finding your worth in the things that you buy and the things that you can have. Yeah. So, but we tend to want trinkets from our oppressor versus wealth in the long run for our people.
Yeah, Lee, I love every minute of it.
No, I am so frustrated with how one color can constantly file bankruptcy over and over and over again and still own these multi-million-dollar businesses. But let us try it one time, and where you feel like so beneath things when you it's like, to them, bankruptcy is something that's used as a business
It's a norm.
standpoint, but when we do it, it feels like we're not of worth to do it. Like, it feels really bad to try and pick that route of business when one color looks at it like, that's just part of business. Hey, if I gotta,
that's
what I think? I think that's I'm sorry. I think that's more so of a mindset and things that we have been taught and instilled in us. And as what you were saying with the slavery thing, that mindset, it trickles down. And I tell people all the time, read the Willie Lynch letter, you know what I mean? And understand where we are today and how this is, you know what I mean? Like, we could break that it's called generational curse, the generational gaps. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely break that, but the knowledge is power. And I love that you bring in the knowledge to the people, and you see that, because you're breaking that generational curse that we've had. Like, it's just like, I have grandparents and every family members lived in the South for the longest, and they still have that old school mentality. And it's like, okay, but they teach it to their kids, like, man, you don't supposed to say that to boss. Like, hold on, who you like, stop with it. And I love that you're breaking that gap. You're breaking that chain, that even with finance, you know what I mean? The gap within generational wealth, because you can have generational wealth. You just have to know how to use
how to get it and hold on to it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Getting it and holding on to it. Yeah. And in regards to the bankruptcy and the idea of what you are and are not supposed to say, sometimes it is a very good tool to, when someone who is considered deviant tries to be good. Like, there's an automatic understanding that Black is deviant. Right? It's not good. They've done the baby doll experiment. They've done all those things.
Right.
And I don't want to say it's children's fault or anything like that. No. But when someone who's trying to do good does something that is considered quote unquote bad, even if it's for their own well-being, like bankruptcy, you filing bankruptcy because that's the best financial decision for you at that time. Yeah. When you do something bad, even though it's not really bad, we're going to crucify you for it. We're going to make you feel worse than what you would have felt, because the idea is that you've always been doing bad things. And this is just, every time you do something, this is the last straw to tip the stack.
Right.
So that goes into building, and it's so hard to build our children and ourselves up to the extent that we don't feel bad for voicing our opinions, for making decisions that are right for us in that time, because unfortunately people are only going to judge you off of what they can see at that moment. And that subconscious mindset that this person, because they are Black, must have been doing something bad every step of the way to end up here now, and this person, because they are not Black, just fell on hard times.
Oh man, that is,
you get what I'm saying? So there's that right there. We have to be able to build our community up and share that unification of consciousness and of love for one another. One thing I really go for, no matter what the Black is, you have to love them. You have to care for them. You have to support them. Whether you agree with LGBTQIA, if they're Black, that's me. Whether you agree that, someone is Dominican, Republican, Mexican, if they consider themselves Turkish, if they're Black, you have got to love them and protect them as if they were you.
Sure.
Right.
Period. Definitely. And that doesn't always happen in the Black community, because we have picked up whatever historically our oppressors and our slave masters have given to us, and have held on to it real tight. Like, we're going to be the best Dominican that there is out there. We're going to be the best Jamaican that I can be. Don't confuse me with the American Black.
Right.
That's disrespectful. I'm Jamaican.
Yeah,
Don't call me
that
black. You know, that happens.
Right.
But we just have to learn to love each other and accept each other no matter what.
Do it more as a human thing than as a individual thing.
Mm-hmm. More of as a love for my brother and my sister, because that's what it is.
Sure.
You're my brother, I'm your sister. Like, you have got to, were they on team light skin, team dark skin.
Hey, right.
They're black.
All together. Yeah.
That's the reality. And we find these little ways to be divisive amongst each other.
Sure do.
Oh, she worked too much. She not submissive.
Right.
I don't like that kind of black. No. It's a whole movement out there for feminism, and you not gonna uplift your own black woman so that she doesn't have to go to another movement. Right. To be respected and loved.
Yeah. And like you said, I don't like that kind of black one. What is that? You know, that statement in itself sounds so horrible.
That kills me.
That kind of black person, like what is? Yeah, that's that's.
I'm not too many people's kind of black woman.
You know. Well, I mean, it takes strength to do what you do because you're in something that is looked at as. You know, it's like it's looked at as a contest that puts ideas onto girls to make them think. Because I know people who battle against pageants that say it makes girls feel as if they are not good enough if they don't win or look a certain way. And some of these moms, not saying this is what you went through, but some of these moms I've seen that bring their kids up little in this. They really show the like hatred toward another, and that they're not even that sisterhood within the pageant. It's more like a separation of, you know, you're here, but she's beautiful. She's more beautiful than you, and it's like, but wait, how? We're all in this together. We all have qualities different, and we're judged on our qualities. So there's gonna be a winner and a loser, but we all technically don't really lose, because I think just to go up there and do that takes a sense of courage to put yourself out there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to be on that spotlight, and then to be demanded the responsibilities that come with your gift. And so it's, and then I'm trying to find the right word to say, but it's like I'm sure you're objectified because of, you know, being in a pageant, right? They all just think
I'm assume you're just pretty.
Yes, no disrespect, but what I'm saying is people just assume, right? You're just pretty, you have no brains. They, you know, I get a lot of guys who will talk about pageants and it's like, oh, only thing they say is world peace. Like, that's not, you know, that's a stereotype. And here we are, just like color and race, we're stereotyping the fact that pageants don't do good for women, that it just makes them feel like an object rather than a part of society and community. But I think you guys can do hella good with that by showing women of color, women of different you know,
ethnicities and everything,
situations. Like, how come a girl who doesn't come from a rich family, like you, for instance, you said your family isn't necessarily wealthy, but look, you made it as Miss Black Texas USA. So anybody can technically do this, but the stereotype of it when you're probably a young woman, because as a man, when I play sports, it was always looked at like you're broke. My mom couldn't get me the brand new glove for baseball or a bat. I had to go use yours if you were on my team. But I would do better than some of the kids with the money. So then it was, you know, making fun of my financial status as opposed to my ability on the field. It
perform.
Yes. It wasn't looked at as you're a good athlete. No, you're just a broke kid who will never make it. Stop dreaming that you're going to get a chance. Like, why? Why can't I dream the same as you and everybody else where they come from? So I think it takes a lot of courage to do what you do. I think it takes a sense of, from a male perspective, a pair of balls. I know that's not, you know, in your sense.
Yeah, well, you know, the vagina a lot stronger than the balls.
Amen. Hey, and you will never.
It definitely is. I ain't even gonna. Because we not battling that one.
Any man, in my opinion, that tries to tell a woman what to do, all I say to them is, hey, without that woman, you wouldn't even be walking on this planet. So how is it that we have any right to tell them what to do with themselves? We need to be more respectful, because without them, how do we become alive? How do we become
definitely
a breathing, living thing? So no, I respect it to the fullest, and I give credit where credit is due. And
I'm coming for you, Gino. I promise. It's just when people say that, I'll be like, well,
she done changed. Look, she done changed up her whole speaking dialect and everything. She done went.
Right, she getting comfortable. That's good. We want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we.
But in regards to the, and I've run into it out here trying to fundraise. I've run into it where people don't want to support pageants.
Right. Right. I can imagine.
And it's like they're like, well, what about the fact that you're pitting women against women? Listen, when you're talking about girls, and because the conversation immediately, like, it just slides right over from women to girls. Okay. We go from talking about adult pageants where women have decided that they want to go out and compete.
True. Right.
Against whatever the best you said was in your state.
Right.
Right.
As opposed to a mother making a young woman do
a child compete. Right. And there are situations where children are always doing something that they don't want to do. And I'm not going to belittle parents placing their children and sometimes over-sexualizing their children, or placing something on them that shouldn't be placed as a child. Sure. I'm not going to belittle that in any way.
Sure.
But when we're talking about grown women at a pageant, we came to compete. We came to get gold. We came to get the crown.
Right. Exactly. So you're going at it.
Yes, and we have philanthropies and we have causes behind us, just like any athlete, football player has behind them.
Yes.
We're looking for endorsements. We're working hard physically, mentally, emotionally, politically. We try to stay unbiased with our politics. But at the same time, it's a sport.
Right.
Yeah. It's a sport that requires you to pay attention to your nutrition. I'm not coming for football, okay? I'm not coming for basketball. But it's a real art to work hard and not sweat at the same time.
Oh.
That is something.
That's something to say. There you go.
I never even looked at it that way, but you got a point.
How do you not break a sweat with all them light? I've performed on huge stages, and those
I have a heavy, big ultralight in front of me right now. Y'all see any sweat?
Yeah, no.
Look at you. Strike a pose now, Vogue.
The glisten. But it's very hard. Me personally, when I work out, sure. I'll do a complete workout in heels.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
So we have to understand that when we're talking about women competing and girls competing, that's two totally different things. I don't agree with making a child do anything they don't want to do except for clean up their room and their homework.
Amen.
True.
Right.
But when we're talking about women, it's not pitting us against each other. We have this. There's a prize in the end. You know what I mean?
Sure. Right.
Now, are there some pageant systems out there who have exploited women? Yes, there are some pageants out there who have exploited women.
And that's the stereotype, I think. That's where, a lot of.
But there are colleges out there that have exploited college athletes.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, it's everywhere. It is. It is everywhere.
It's everywhere. There's record labels out there who have exploited artists.
Trust and believe. We know that one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So for everything, there is definitely somebody out there exploiting them. And I think I'm not going to project that pageantry is always the best for someone. Some people do feel pressured, but I feel pressure on a daily basis. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel pressure as a Black woman, to appear sometimes delicate, so that I don't offend or overstep. My mentor has told me several times, stop apologizing, because that's a trait that I have, that several women have, to constantly apologize, even if they didn't say anything wrong, even if nobody's requesting an apology.
Right.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I like that you said, and just bringing it back a little bit, is the difference between women competing versus children.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people, like you said, they start at women, then go to the children. Well, why this and why that? But you being an athlete, as you put it, and the things that you go through, that's something that people need to understand. Now, we grown women. We ain't gonna sit here and cry. We gonna sit here.
We not docile.
We coming for your throat. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
You know
I don't believe in women being nasty to women, okay? If I see my sister over there, she about to pass out, I'm finna hand her some water. I'm not worried about,
but
I
mean, on a competitive aspect of it, this is a competition.
This is a sport. You know I came out here to look the best I can in front of these lights and answer the question the best that I could, and show you my talent and do it better than. That's one thing too. People's talents are all different, and so your talent is literally being judged by another talent. Somebody might play the violin. Somebody else might do comedy.
Right.
Like.
So how does
at least with football, everybody are at the All-Star game, everybody's throwing a basketball. Everybody's throwing a basketball. You know? So it's just, what can you do with this one ball? But with this, it's
love.
No, but they are listening. Like, we got a female listener that doesn't want to put their name, but they just said that they heard you say about the sorry part, and they said they do that all the time. Always say sorry. And they didn't even do anything wrong. But see, women are hearing you, and it does make sense. I mean, I noticed that too. You know, I noticed women do sometimes like, I'm sorry, and then say what they wanted to say after the sorry. And I'll go, what are you sorry for? You didn't do nothing to me. But to them, it's like you said, it's just something that's in their brain so much that it just comes out. They don't even know sometimes that they said it, because they're so used to just leading with, I'm sorry, let me say this. Like, you don't got to be sorry. Just say what you were going to say, because you got every right to say it. You know, I'm not going to hold anybody to anything unless it's important. But, you know, I get you there. So the girls are listening, and I hope that you continue to stay Miss Black Texas USA and give these girls the confidence they need, because we need a lot more girls like you out here. I mean, real talk. We need the women to really step up. I mean, again, I'm a dude that is for women, period. You know, these rules that these politicians try to put on you. And men, for instance, I think we have no business in those meetings. They should be all done by the women politicians and the women voters, and because it's your body. I wouldn't want a room full of women deciding on what to do with a man's body. So why would I expect to sit in a room and decide on what to do with your body? That's not me, you know. And I don't know why these older guys think that way. It's a mindset thing, and I think, like Stamp said, you're breaking that culture tradition
cycle,
to think we have to use those old ideals that don't make any sense anymore. And people like you, I think, are bringing it to light where we don't need these ideals anymore. We don't need to go off of ideas from 70 years ago. We have new ideas.
We have fresh ideas, man. Yes.
Yeah, the world is constantly changing. So shouldn't the ideas change too? Yes, some of those old ideas are great to have with us today and instill them in us, but some of them can be manipulated and made for today too, because what are we doing if we're not growing? In a sense, we can use some of the old, but we got to mix in some of the new, I think.
And that's exactly what you're doing. You know what I mean? Which is love. That's exactly what you're doing with everything that we spoke about, and your programs that you got going on, man. And I love every minute of it, straight up and down.
Thank you.
I know it's already been that long. I know
I know. I'm like, I was about to text you and be like, hey, do I need to stay on longer? What's happening?
No. I'm going to let you.
It's okay.
I'm going to let you.
I don't have anything planned.
Schedule. You know, I know you got a lot to do, but we are a radio station, and we haven't even asked you in an hour yet. What is on Sabrina's playlist? What do you listen to when you working out or when you getting into that pageant mode? What can the What can the listeners
look at
expect to be
like,
coming out of your earbud? Yeah, look at that. Well, that face now.
like,
What,
well, I can't really say Cardi B.
right?
I'm,
It's like,
but I'm just
What was the man? What?
it's not coming
Honestly,
through.
I'm an oddball. Because I like to listen to Maya Angelou.
nice.
I love y'all. Some people think like, oh, Cardi B be saying this, and I like Cardi B.
Sure.
Cardi, if you want to make a donation to Miss Black Texas USA,
Yeah.
I'll be more than grateful for your donation.
That's
it can be written off as advertisement, or you can donate to the nonprofit, and it'll be written off as a charitable donation.
If you're listening, please help. Yes.
Please help. SOS.
Yes.
But let me. Maya Angelou wasn't scared nothing.
Right.
Her biggest thing was she said before somebody asked her what is the most important trait, right? You know what this woman said? Courage. But before you can do anything else, you must have the courage to do so. Wow. Her music got down too. She had music.
Oh yeah.
Maya
yeah, that's not a particular artist I would go to, but I'm definitely now that you said that, I am curious, and I'm gonna look up some Maya Angelou tracks and listen
to that pow. Okay. I'm the best at pow. It's my name and I want it. Pow.
Okay. Yeah, she definitely got down.
Wow,
She got down. Her music was
nice.
Yeah, it definitely was
I loved it.
And what are you? I mean, like you said, it was good, and I'm big on history, so I love all of that. And I've had pictures of her in her little nighttime performance gear.
Her nighttime performance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
Maya Angelou was a beautiful woman.
She definitely was
beautiful.
Let me ask you: do you vibe with Nina Simone? You be listening to Nina Simone.
I like some Nina.
Yes. Okay. I see where you at with it. I see where you at with it.
I also like. It's a song called. It's called Mississippi, and then the rest of it is a cuss word. But it's an older song. When I say older, I really mean older. Okay. And it goes into. I like songs that are historically relevant to me. Sure. I like Tupac too. Nice. But I like music that's historically relevant to me. I like to listen to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King speeches. That's the kind of stuff I really like to listen to. If my phone wasn't acting up, I'd look at my playlist. But that's really what I listen to.
Nope. I was trying to say that is
not
something.
Like Megan Thee Stallion, not like Beyonce.
Right. You say
because I feel like they're accurate with taking what's going on in the world and pushing it back out. Kendrick Lamar does that too. He does that very well too.
Yeah.
A realistic expression of this world that we're living in, and I think that's what artists are supposed to do: uncut, raw. They're supposed to do that. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
We all have a little bit of savage in us, don't we?
Look, I got security over here barking.
Right? Savage is great. You could apply that to whatever you do. You're a savage, you know that?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I know you work out, and I know you gotta keep that. I know you gotta keep that regimen. But what's your favorite cheat food? Because I know everybody that works out and has those regimens where they can't really eat the food that they really want to. What is it that you cheat on when you are working out? You know, give them a little idea that you are still normal, because I know it takes a lot to keep that beautified up. But what do you do?
Oh, wow.
There you go. Star crunches. Okay. All right.
I used to love these as a kid. And I could have sworn they were way bigger when I was a child.
Right?
Because they're
like small now, right?
No. See, I said that the other day with the fruit snacks. I was complaining. I'm like, how come they don't got that many fruit snacks in them anymore? I remember they used to have a ton of fruit snacks. And someone said, that's because you was little and it looked like a lot, and now you big as hell, so you don't see it that way anymore.
You know what? Like on some real stuff, I think that they actually shrunk those. I ain't even going to front.
No, I think they did too, because I remember like it used to only be like 6 that came in a box.
See,
now it's like 12.
Yeah, I think they shrunk them. You know what I'm saying?
And made you think they gave you 6 more.
Yeah,
right.
They still use the same amount of product. That's capitalism.
I like the way you think, because I think they took out fruit snacks too. So I'm with you. I think they're shrinking size, and it's not us.
Hey, but
yes.
So I have to tell y'all something.
Go ahead.
The Ant Mound Foundation and I have collaborated. So we are doing economic programs. They're helping me, mentoring me on my way into my 501c3 hood.
Yes, nice.
Awesome.
He's completely amazing. Is a great mentor of mine, Anthony.
We know
Anthony. Yeah. He's amazing. I have to give him his shout out and his praise 100%.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
That's what's up.
Ant Mound LLC. Yep. Real good company. Glad to hear you guys are working together. Yeah. That is awesome. That is really awesome.
He's a great dude too, man. Like he's great, man.
Now before we let you get back to what you're doing, what is it that you wanna let the listeners know? What other information didn't we touch on that you would like to touch on before we let you get back to that schedule?
I Miss Black Texas USA 2020, which you already know, but I want you to understand that I am really just a little Black girl that was from the projects. And be kind to one another every chance we get. Also, financial literacy is really important, and my people, it's okay for us to share information amongst one another.
Sure.
It really is. It's 100% okay. I want you to donate to Miss Black Texas USA. You can use the GoFundMe, or you can do Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal.
Nice.
We have that set up for all of those platforms. Okay. I actually like using those other ones because they don't charge me to get the money out to be able to make the packets and stuff for people. I do because
I hear that.
GoFundMe charges.
Wow.
You know, my financial is savvy. I'm like 2.36. Like I remember the point.
You see how they coming up? Yeah.
Like no,
you don't even get that. You don't even get that much back on a CD.
Oh, see?
What is this?
Man. There you go.
What is this? But so yes, please. $25 goes a long way. I'm also, of course, trying to get some PPE out to these children. I have been able to make one box with hand sanitizers, disinfectant wipes, and face masks. But, traveling from city to city to try to get this info out, it costs money. And I'm still having to pay for my pageant fees and things of that nature. If you are a business and you want to sponsor Miss Black Texas USA, please feel free to email me at support@sayitsabrina.com.
Okay.
That's support@sayitsabrina.com.
There you go.
Repair Through Reparations website is coming shortly. If you would like to be a donor to Repair Through Reparations, or you just want to get involved with Repair Through Reparations, please feel free to email me at support@sayitsabrina.com.
Okay.
And we'll be more than happy to reach out.
You see me over here writing?
Yes. We'll be more than happy to work with you.
Awesome.
If you have anything that you ever want to know about financial literacy, or that you want to know about money management, investments, residual income opportunities, email me, support@sayitsabrina.com. We respond to emails very frequently and very fast. They will come and ask me because my team, they know some about financial literacy, but I'm their go-to.
That's awesome.
Dig it. Now, let me ask you, do you have you got a song you want us to play right now? I know we had you talking. Let's get to some music. What you want to hear? You know what I'm saying?
They're going to get me in trouble.
How we going to get you in trouble? It's all good. Because, we already play Savage, so that's okay. But
give some, hold on. I want to give some culture.
Okay, dig it. That's what's up.
I might have to pull that one up.
Yeah.
It might not be right in there, because I know she's probably gonna go back on us, ain't she?
She gonna play some Coco Taylor, Wang Dang Doodle. I love that song. I mean, I love that song, to be honest with you. Like, I love it.
That's a great song. I actually
love that song.
Yes, Coco Taylor is amazing.
Yes, I love it, man.
That's these old songs are explicit too.
It's okay.
Oh my God, they are.
Station. We don't have
these songs so old. I don't think they have a radio version.
That's okay.
Before they realized they needed to.
We don't have those binds of the FCC or anything. We can stay and play whatever we want. Yeah. We usually are a little more potty mouthed, but I think it's because we have you on. We're trying to be a little more reserved,
sophisticated,
and
we're trying to be a little. Yeah, a little more fashionable.
You know what? We're gonna keep it upbeat. Okay. And we're gonna keep it a little bit of modern. To these kids, they think she knew. Missy Elliott, Cool Off.
Oh, I think I got that. Yeah, let me
I know you got that one. We're gonna keep it a little bit of modern.
Yeah, cool, man. But it's definitely been great having you, man. I mean, I love everything that you said and the things that you stand for, man. It is amazing. And I wish you, and we both, Gino and myself, wish you continued success on everything that you do and whatever platform. I mean, wherever we could help you, we definitely would. And like I said,
and for the people, I'm doing workout videos now, Monday through Wednesday in the morning.
Okay.
I am to hold myself accountable because I've only been running and I have to work on my abs and my arms and stuff. So I'm doing those. They're not more than 30 minutes. So you guys.
Dig it. Yeah, that's what's up. Y'all hear it out there. Y'all hear it.
Tune in. Make sure you check out Sabrina Lewis, Miss Black Texas USA. When can we vote for you for the next one? When is the next pageant? I know with the COVID.
Oh, the next one is the Miss Black USA pageant, and that will be in February of 2021. I'll be going to be Miss Black USA, so representing all 50 states in the United States.
Oh, then we're going to have you back on the show.
Oh, definitely. Love it.
And plug you for that. So even though I'm in Illinois and he's in Georgia, we'll be voting for the Texas candidate. We won't worry about it.
Y'all know how you vote? Do you know how you vote in pageants?
Not really.
You gotta donate so I can
Is that how
have my fees and stuff taken care of? Yes, really. That's how it's taken care of.
Oh, okay. Well, look, we own it. Look, we thinking we going to the polls. We don't know.
Yep. However you need the support, we're gonna definitely support you. You work with Ant Mound. Anthony is a very good friend and fellow. We work with him as well. I was trying to look for a big word, but it ain't one in my head. So
colleague.
Yes, colleague. Thank you. See, there we go. A little help goes a long way. Yes. So he's a fellow colleague as well. And that knowing that we all kind of work together, you know what I mean? There's no reason not to support, so
exactly.
Yes, we will do that. We will definitely be helping you spread those social media links and anything you ever need a platform to help spread what you do. Don't hesitate to let us know, and we'll be happy to help out. And just wish you all the best in everything, in all your successes and all your future endeavors. I wish you nothing but success. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we're gonna play.
Next time we're gonna have to do a longer session.
Oh, I was trying
to get real.
Oh, okay. All right. You heard her. You guys heard her. She said it. So we're gonna.
I said we're gonna do a longer session. Next time I come on, we're gonna do a full Q&A. Okay. I'm gonna let people just ask me questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then we get into the hot topics.
Yeah, we were gonna have our YouTube audience, but our YouTube channel got hacked, and it was all a bunch of technical. Yeah, it's okay, but we got it all straightened out, and we got it now. So we're gonna get back on it. But we have the audience was looking forward to it, but the technical stuff happened. There's nothing we could do. But
everybody that was supposed to hear and listen is gonna hear and listen. I promise.
They will. Yeah,
they definitely will.
Channel. We're gonna replay this for them on our new channel, and then so they could also email you. They'll hear all your information as well, and they'll be able to connect to you if they didn't listen to the live broadcast right now. They'll be able to go back and then listen to it.
And we also gonna put all your information on the link. too. You
Okay,
know
I'm gonna shoot y'all an email with everything in. Did I send you an email, Gino? Did we get you one?
But I don't have all your links. You gave me the pictures, but not the links. So if you have any more link, I know I had like your Instagram and your Facebook, but if there's any more links that you want me to share, you know, for the donation side of things and for the those classes that you're going to start offering, like any information that I can help you spread and we can help you spread, we will definitely do so, because we have like 4 different pages. We have hundreds and hundreds of followers on each page. So, you know, I'm sure the more eyes on it, the better, right?
The better,
so
yeah. So we definitely gonna post and share, and we always say tell a friend and tell a friend to tune in. So we gonna tell a friend and tell a friend to post it. Tell a friend and tell a friend to donate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
Tell a friend to tell their friends to donate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Y'all get together, put your files together. Let's make 25. Come on.
You go. Let's
Yep.
Definitely.
But I want to thank you guys so much, Gino and Stamp, for having me 100%. I appreciate all the love and the support. You don't know how much that means to me as Miss Black Texas USA, but also as a Black woman.
Sure.
No doubt.
Thank you for being strong and willing to go out here and fight for these things, because some are just too afraid, and we need to break that mentality. We all need to get courage and stand up. So thank you for being that type of leader that is going to help others, I'm sure, band with you and do this together. So the more we can do this and the more we can help grow this crowd, so to speak, I'm all for it.
I mean, I'm definitely all for it too, man. And again, to piggyback off of G, thank you so much for what you're doing, and you know, the information that you gave us. You know what I mean? And another thing that we also say, if we don't support us, who will? So we are definitely down to support and gonna push it hard. You know what I'm saying? So I love every minute of it. You dig?
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Stamp, you dig? I just saw your name. I didn't.
That's his tagline. You dig, and I always say, stay woke. So I want everybody to always remember to stay woke, get that information. So when someone like you comes along with a lot of positive information, that for me is completing what I always say. Stay woke. You're waking people up, like I say, to the fact that there's information out here. We are all entitled to it. Money, your bank account doesn't mean you get more access to it or less access to it. It's just knowing the right people to talk to and trust that they're sending you down the right path. And that, I think, is who you are.
Knowing how to talk to people.
Yes.
They can't tell you anything.
So I know you be running around and you be getting all worked up, but we're going to play Missy Elliott, Cool Off, just for you. So you could cool off for a second and enjoy yourself. All right?
So she look cool. She ain't even bust a sweat.
I know, right? She got that light on her, and she ain't broke not man a sweat.
Look, I'm sitting here sweating just looking at this spaghetti.
I know.
I'm hungry.
He will make you more hungry. He always talks about food, and I'm always like, dude, stop it. So,
hey, thank you once again, man. Let's get up into this song, man. It's Missy Elliott, man. Let's do it.
Take care now. Have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Bye, y'all.
Later.
All right. That was Miss Black Texas USA, everybody. Sabrina Lewis. Please support. Make sure you hit her up on her Instagram, Facebook, social media pages. Go check out our pages. We will have all of her information there for you as well, and we will continue to support. So we hope you find some knowledge and some real opportunity in what she's doing for you. Right. So, appreciate that. But let's get into it. Missy Elliott, Cool Off, right here, Middle Skool Music, music with an IQ, because we dropping knowledge, F.M.P Radio, Chicago, keeping it 100. It is 12 past the hour. You're kicking it with me, Gino Vee.
And your boy, COVID-free STAMP. You dig.
Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke.
F.M.P Radio, we keep it 100.
Reality exclusive.